deal with the introductory paragraph. So just like in regular writing, English class, creative writing, whatever, there's always some kind of introductory paragraph, right? Now, the beauty of science writing is what goes in that introductory paragraph is pretty cut and dry. And really, when you think about creative writing process and all the options in the world you have to talk about, it's overwhelming sometimes. But with science writing, it's cut and dry. All right. Number 1 says you're always going to state the law, theory, hypothesis, or problem you are testing or solving. All right. Now, what law were we testing?
Second law.
All right. Newton's second law. So the intro paragraph, and I'm going to make a list, and then we'll put it into our paragraph.
Okay.
You need Newton's second law. Now, it says to state the law. So does that mean I just write Newton's second law?
No law.
It means I have to state everything that the law is. So it says Newton's second law, also called the law of acceleration, states that whenever an object accelerates, it does so in direct proportion to the net force and inversely proportional to the mass of the object. So every single one of you is going to have that in your first paragraph. All right. Second thing. Introductory paragraph should always have the purpose, or in science we sometimes call it the objective of the lab. So you're going to have the law, and you're going to have the purpose or objective. Now, another beautiful thing about physical science is every time we do a Mighty Lab, we're going to be connecting it to a law. When you get to bio, it's not quite the same, but it's close. And our purpose will always be connected to the law. So if you know the law, you pretty much got this thing under control. Okay. The third thing that goes into the first paragraph is just a brief description or overview of what you did. Okay?
How many paragraphs is
All right.
this?
Now, that's a great question. So,
2.
when you do the lab write-up, you'll always have your intro, and you're always going to have a little wrap-up conclusion. All right, and I don't get that uptight about the conclusion. I'll go over that with you when we get there, but it's pretty easy. All right, in the middle, each part of the lab will have its own paragraph. So how many parts were there to this lab?
2.
2. So you're going to have 2 paragraphs as what I like to call the meat. All right, that's where you're going to put your data and your analysis. All right, the conclusion and the introduction are like the bread of the sandwich, and the meat and potatoes or whatever you put inside your sandwich. Is
Potatoes?
how?
Did you say
You
potato?
She came in to speaking.
Okay, so the meat and the cheese, or I don't know,
Lettuce, tomato,
lettuce,
you know.
whatever. If you're vegan, it's hummus and avocado. And sprouts.
Oh my god, I had
Sandwich.
spinach for
Whoa, we can't get off topic. We gotta wrap this up. All right, let's write our first paragraph, and then we'll go into DJ. Then we'll go into the subsequent ones. So, whoever asked that question, the number of paragraphs is dependent on the number of parts there are to the lab. So for the parachute lab, you're only going to be writing about 1 part. It's going to be easier than this one. Our last lab is called I Saw the Sign, and there's 4 parts. So, but on average, it's about 1 or 2. Okay? All right, so let's write this paragraph. Now, the other thing I love about science writing is